Hi there, everyone. This is Camille Harris, owner of Camille Marie Coaching. I wanted to do a video today about using your words for guiding your children in the behavior to do the things you want them to do, or doing more of what you want them to do. So, as in my last video, full disclosure, I'm working from home today because my office is out of my home, and I do have my help here today. But if a child walks through, we just roll with it. So. Oh, my internet keeps slowing down. I don't know if anyone else lives on Foats Hill. The whole hill is having like internet issues. Okay, I plugged it in. We should be good now. September 26th, I had done a video about how to use effective commands to get kids to do the behaviors you want them to do. And today, this is going to really piggyback on that video, so I'd encourage you to go back and watch that video first before you implement some of these tools with rewards. But we're going to talk about using spontaneous rewards and then a reward system. And really we're using this for behaviors we want to systematically decrease. And we're specifically going to be talking today about how this pertains to kids that have ADD, ADHD, which is their neurological difference, because those kids really do function differently. They have lower executive skills, executive functioning ability. And so these are tools I teach in the parenting program, but it is different having a kid that has these neurological differences. We just have to use more of certain things than we would with kids that don't have it. It's just different parenting these children. It's oftentimes lots harder. So first let's talk about what's a spontaneous reward. So a spontaneous reward can be really helpful to just for the boys. You can use star stickers, whatever kind of stickers you think your kids will like. You can also try having like Tic Tacs tucked away in your pocket, or M&Ms, although in the summertime those tend to melt. But anything you can have easily on you at any time, so that when you see your kid doing that identified behavior that you want them to be doing more of, then you can easily give them that reward quickly. So for example, if one of your children, the reward that you're working on with them is using inside voices when they're inside. Let's say they tend to yell in the house or get too loud in the house, and so every time you're seeing them using inside voices, you're going to first give the expectation, hey Johnny, you know, I want you to work really hard on using inside voices. I know it's hard for you. You know, set that clear expectation, and then anytime Johnny, you notice, is using that quiet voice when he's talking, oh my gosh, you're doing such a good job. Be really clear in your praise. You're doing such a good job of using inside voices. And so you are being very specific about what they're getting that sticker for. So you're doing such a good job using inside voices. Here's a sticker for using that inside voice. So it's clear what they're getting it for. It's clear why they earned it. And it's a surprise. And so that's incentivizing them to do more of that behavior. And so, but the key components are being, you're giving ADHD. They struggle with what's called working memory. So if any of you have kids with ADHD, ADD, you know, you can ask them to do a command and 30 seconds later, they've literally already forgot it. It is one of their neurological differences. They lack working memory. Now, it's a muscle that we can strengthen with certain exercises, and I can give you some techniques for that. But in general, like a 6-year-old should be able to follow 2 to we're talking one command at a time. Same age kid, even a 9-year-old kid with ADHD, one command at a time. They lack working memory. So so instead of come here, sit down, put your shoes on to get in the car, it's going to be, I need you to come here where the shoes are. And even that one step is going to be harder for them because they lack working memory. They also, because of those reduced executive functioning skills, they also have lower sustained attention and task invitation, where they're keeping on task with what they're doing and then interest in following through with that one task you're asking them to do. So it's not that they're intentionally blowing you off, or they don't care, or they don't think the rules apply to them, which a lot of parents can think. It's that their executive functioning skills are less than other kids. So one thing you can do, oh, so sorry, to strengthen that, I forgot to turn that off, is the spontaneous rewards. So, hey, Johnny, I need you to come here. The second they start walking towards you, oh my gosh, you're doing such a good job of walking towards me and coming to your shoes. Thank you so much. So you're encouraging them along the way. Seems like a lot, but these are some of the skills we can do to strengthen that working memory, strengthen sustained attention. They're getting positive feedback for following through, focusing on that one task you're asking them to do. So, and a lot of times with these kids with working memory, with ADHD that lack working memory, having some visuals for them. So things that you are doing all the time, that you're expecting them to do all the time, but they struggle all the time. It takes 10 commands to get them upstairs to brush their teeth. Have a visual chart out of what the nighttime routine looks like. You know, so a picture of a toothbrush for brushing their teeth, a picture of jammies, and then you can use the stickers to make a sticker chart. So this is going to be another step. So using those spontaneous rewards and using a sticker chart to get them to buy into whatever, them working towards the desired behavior. So if the struggle is, I used before the example of using inside voices. So Johnny, if you can use inside voices all day today, then you're going to get a big sticker at the end of the day. And I can put a link to a really good sticker chart that I've developed. But make sure they understand what they're working towards. And you really only want to be doing 1 or 2 behaviors you're focusing on at a time. So it's not overwhelming for you to be tracking. It's not overwhelming for them. So spontaneous rewards along the way, and then adding in something like a sticker chart. So, hey, Johnny, if you can use inside voices for 5 days in a row and you get a sticker at the end of each day, then let's pick out something that you get. So they're bought into this program. So let's say something that Johnny decides he really wants is, you know, bubbles or silly string, you know, maybe have a grab bag and let him pull from the grab bag, or maybe he loves to go out 5 days in a row, then he gets that bigger reward. And so, and you really want to make sure they're bought into whatever it is they're working towards. So yeah, and especially again with these kids with ADD, ADHD, they just really, these are really difficult skills for them to get under control. One of the things I've read is kids with ADHD at age 15, when most kids are starting their driving permits, their executive functioning is that of a 9-year-old, and so they're really not safe to be on the road driving. They just are delayed, but there's things we can do as parents to strengthen those muscles in their brain and help with that rewiring, because it's a neurological condition. So, yeah, so typically it depends on how hard the behavior is you're working on. If inside voices, if your child, if Johnny masters that pretty well after a month of heavily focusing on it, then you move on to another thing. You move on to picking up their toys. And you, like I said, you can do up to 2 at a time, but being really systematic about what behaviors you're working on with them. Also be really helpful to just, if you have other kids in the home, or even, you know, your partner, be praising that other person. So if your mom and dad is next to you and you only have one child, you know, saying to dad, oh, dad, you're doing such a good job of using inside voices at the dinner table. Like, try to recognize other people doing that thing you want your child to do, which will also incentivize them, because kids will do anything for attention, negative or positive. And so if you're recognizing other people around them doing the thing you want them to do, that's a reminder to them of like, oh yeah, I want to try to be doing that, without shaming them or blaming them or pointing out that they're not doing it. So anyways, this is one of the many topics that's covered in the preschool school age parenting program. I am in the process of coming up with the classes just for families who have kids with ADHD. I think it would be a great support system for those families. It's just its own unique set of challenges that come with children that have ADD, ADHD. So my goal is to get that started by August 5th. And so if you are a family or know a family that has a child or children with ADD, ADHD, then please send them my way, and I would love to talk to them about getting signed up. It's going to be online only, possibly some me stopping by the house, working in the home, hands-on support if you need it. So yeah, hope everyone has a great day, and